hand so I can feel my fingers.
Dude, I had that pipe. I'm gonna probably use your trailer tomorrow.
Alright. Do we have any other light? Because that's really dark.
I got a cool light over here anyways.
I wish I would have videoed this when I made these homemade batteries. So, this particular camera here takes a certain battery and ended up making batteries. If I'd have thought about it, I would have recorded it at the time, but I didn't think about it when I was making them. So maybe later on down the road we can make another set. The actual battery cell itself came out of an RC car, and just to show that the battery actually works, I just soldered some resistors to it. Soldered some resistors to it. Why was that so hard to say? And soldered those copper prongs onto it to match the prongs for the camera, and then just wrapped it up in some electrical tape and called it good. Tested it out. Worked just fine. So been using those as spare batteries for a while now. I ended up making 3 of them out of one RC car battery. So I will hopefully in the future, if the boys break another RC car, be able to make another video and show you guys how I did it, because that'd be cool. I think you guys would enjoy that. Repurposing battery cells to suit your needs, and that goes for any battery actually. Like, you can repurpose a cell for anything, even a car battery. You can repurpose that for something other than an engine. I mean, there's several different uses for power storage. Might have to get into that a little bit, dabble in that, and show you guys some of my thought processes on some of it. Or if you guys even have suggestions, let me know. I mean, that'd be cool too. So we're gonna get after this. Do a quick test run with the visibility. Hi. That's what I look like when I make a video sometimes. I look like a weirdo. My neighbors will come outside if I'm in the driveway and look at me all sorts of weird, because I got cameras set up everywhere. I got stuff strapped to my head. I'm standing out there talking to myself like a crazy person. But they don't get it, man. They don't understand this hobby. It makes it a little bit easier when James is around, because I can pretend like I'm talking to him. But for the most part, I film a lot of my videos by myself, so I look weird like this. Do I look weird? Or do I look cool? Let me know. This is also weird when I'm just out here grabbing at stuff for no reason. But I'll turn this camera on and I'll see where my hand placement is, and see what... Here, let me... This is difficult crouching around and stuff, trying to talk to you guys. Okay, so I'll put my hands out in front of me and I'll be doing my thing like this with the camera strapped to my head recording. Then I'll take it off and I'll review the footage to see, because this is completely adjustable. Like, I can put it anywhere to change the angle of what the camera sees based on how I'm looking. And most of the time, I like the camera to see what I see. You see what I'm saying? So I can see my hands just fine. I want the camera to be able to see my hands just fine. So then I'll take it off and I'll review that video footage. So yeah, that's what that's about. And that angle was no bueno. It was too straight out. You couldn't actually see anything. You were just going to be looking straight all the time. You wouldn't be able to see a thing we were doing. So we'll adjust the position of the camera down a little bit. And we'll try again. Weird little hand motions again. Ah, there we go. Alright, so that position was pretty good. We're going to roll with that. Oh, dang it. And then I'll just tighten up this little thumb screw on the side so that it can't move anymore. It's fixed in that position. It can't go anywhere. And now we're good to go. Oh, and one very important thing about reusing battery cells. Make sure that the output of the battery does not exceed the maximum input of the voltage or amps of whatever you're trying to power, because you will fry it. So make sure that if you do exceed it, it is not by much at all. Better yet, if you don't know how to do it, don't try to do it. I'll figure something out and try to make a video, because I don't want you guys out there frying your stuff because I said that you could repurpose batteries. You can, you really can, but you got to know what your maximum input or intake of amps or voltage is, and what the maximum output of the amps or voltage is of the battery that you're trying to repurpose. So make sure that you do some research, if anything, before you try that, because you could fry your stuff pretty quickly if you're not careful. So we'll angle you guys down. Okie dokie. I don't think I ever said what we were doing. Replacing the wheel bearing on a Dodge Caravan.
We don't got jack stands there.
Yeah.
The jack stands are up underneath that.
What's wrong with the Jeep?
The gas got put into it.
I have to put a,
I won't start.
I gotta put an oil pan gasket on a cruise at some point.
I'm gonna put one on this one.
I'll try to angle this light a little bit differently so it's not blinding us. Because I can't see. Oh, quit that. I wonder if I can. Yeah, buddy. Clamp it on a log. Alright, so what's your thought process? How you want to do it? You just want to take bolts loose off the brakes and rotor and just pop it out that way, or you want to take the whole spindle out?
I'm just gonna drop the rotor.
Okay.
Like a normal way.
Got any mechanics wire to tie it up?
Load up.
Bungee cord, anything? Here, I got you.
I can't see.
Why?
I got the big one. I wasn't messing around. I didn't want to mess around too much. Let's see, we're going to spend most of our time getting the wheel bearing off.
Oh, you put me in a bind.
Alright. I didn't even want to pull this. I'm hoping I just pull everything off altogether.
What do you mean?
Inverter, Calvert.
Alright.
pulled off. Nope, this ain't happening.
What's a little tiny baby wheel bearing? You got a mallet?
No, not yet. I haven't even got a mold from back to knuckle yet.
12.
15. I don't want to mess around with it. I just want to. The reason why I drive not Toyota, you don't.
Oh, I don't.
No.
That one been hit with a hammer a time or two. Let me see if I can find a different one.
Ooh. That's all I'm but.
Yeah, well, it's cold standing over there. Eh?
How bolts this thing's held on, Buck?
4.
4?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. 2 on my side, 2 on yours, I guess.
Yeah. Top one's right there, and the bottom one's right there.
Why do these bolts in there? They cut. It's kind of scary. I'm not even putting out on them.
Yeah, well, you've also got a 2-foot ratchet.
Oh, no, like I'm not even putting out. Even with the 2-foot ratchet, you should have to put out a little bit.
It depends what the torque spec is. It's a minivan.
I mean, it should be the same thing. I mean, it should still.
That's an awful dinky wheel bearing.
That one's loose, that one's loose.
That's a wee little teeny tiny wheel bearing. Tie rod's in the way on this side.
You see me? You're not really putting out on it.
No, you're not giving it very much at all.
That's what makes me kind of a little bit scared. In fact, I was driving just like that.
Well, they never backed out, and they were still snug, so the torque spec may not be too awful much on it. Plus, it's not all rusty. Really, what makes it difficult is when they rust in there.
I'm hoping they pop out. I got, he only had 2. He had a good cheap one and an expensive one in stock. He gave me the expensive one at the price of the cheap one.
Cool.
So I gotta move and I gotta drive works. There's the last one. If you want to get that last one, I can work that bolt up.
If I can even get to it.
Take this hatchet here, the back side of it, and pack the bolt back. I doubt you're gonna get it in there like that.
Well, I can't get it in there any other way. I've got the sway bar link and the tie rod on this side.
Turn it backwards.
Help if I actually look at it, wouldn't it? Let's see if we can't. Stupid cord. Let's see if we can't find a 15 mil wrench. I had a question in one of my comments about how to get a seized wheel bearing out of your spindle. Kinda hoping we end up with a seized one here so I can show you. But I don't know.
A lot of beating and an air hammer.
The air chisel's the easiest way to do it. It's the quickest way too.
That's pretty much it. It's the only way to get one out.
You can apply some heat to it also. But
Most, you do it yourself.
yeah, most people aren't going to have access to heat or an air compressor.
Hammer and chisel.
That's where it gets a little hairy. Dang, you were beating the crap out of that rotor. Why not just use the 15 mil wrench? You can get a longer throw on it. And it's a ratchet wrench.
No, I already got it. It's loose. Axle loose now.
Yeah, the axle's loose. Let me borrow your thingy. Nope. Hey, alright. Okie dokie. So, when you got one that's seized up and you can't just peck on it to get it out, get a big hammer and a chisel and hit it. And it will eventually come out of there. And this is how you do it when they're seized up. You just beat them a lot. yeah, I'd say she was bad. It could have been a lot of us beating on it with hammers. Okay. So, see that up and down play? That should not be like that at all. How am I gonna... Yeah, that's no bueno. That's bad. Can you hear it grinding in there? Yeah. This is no good. No good. Yunk. Let's see how hot it'll get. So, oh hey. Oh, stupid. Stupid. Anyway. Almost said a bad word. Anyway, so for those of you that commented and asked how you got a seized wheel bearing out, or hub assembly, should I say. It's not so much the wheel bearing, it's more of the hub assembly. But that's how you do it. Just beat the crap out of it with some hammers and some chisels. Get it separated. If you have access to air tools and even heat, it makes it a lot faster, a lot easier. But as you can see, you can do it without those tools. You just need a couple hammers and some chisels. Can I show them the new bearing really quick? Okay, and this here's the new one. Notice there's no play in that at all, and you can't hear it either. That's what you want. That's a good one. Obviously, it's good. It's brand new. But yeah, that's what you're looking for. You don't want all this cattywampus madness here and grinding sounds, and that's all just bad news. Did you get it lined up with the splines?
Mm-hmm. They're halfway across.
The assembly is always so much easier. Because you're working with new stuffs. Oh man, it doesn't fit.
I bet it would.
Oh, that sucks. Dang. I'm going to use a regular ratchet. You can use this one if you want. What? Heck, we didn't even hit it that hard.
That's excellent.
Your turn.
May not be good.
Why?
Look, threads on the axle. I can run it back up on there with impact.
Fixed it. Except for the nut itself. But the bolt's fine. You got a wire brush?
It's here somewhere. Don't work.
Clean the threads out.
Took raw.
Yeah. Yeah, God let it burn down a minute.
Did you get those that side tight?
No. I just snugged them up because I didn't want to.
Oh, I done torque these and put some pressure on it.
I was kind of hoping to be able to clean them threads.
Yeah, this side's gonna be a little bit tight.
That's going to slip off there and I'll smash my fingers. Yep. Yep. Where's the washer?
I couldn't find it.
Well, it needs it. There it is.
Plug that impact back in. We'll run it on impact.
Yeah, it's not hurting them threads. It's super smooth.
Yeah, just plug that impact back up. We'll run it in off of that.
Put that socket on it. Or that ratchet, I mean. Make sure it's tight. Wait, like a tiger. It didn't come with a new cotter pin? What the heck?
That's the axle that would come with it. Axle come with a new nut, quarter pin. Yeah, I'm gonna use your trailer to go get another trailer.
You gonna use my trailer to get a trailer?
Yep, look right here.
What kind of trailer is it?
Little 4x6. Just something for her hold the wood in.
That sounds like rain.
No, it's a insulation up there on the roof. Heat. It's rolling. Slide her up there.
You done got any shop rags or anything?
Some part's gonna be something I can get it all back together without taking caliper apart. I don't want to.
You blinded me. It should slide right in there.
Should.
I've never had to take one all the way apart.
Should and would. Two different stories.
See?
Ding. I see you. I hear you.
That sucked. Why did I do that? James, I have to be.
You step outside around the corner. That's what I do. Step around inside the garage.
Potty break, intermission. Be right back.